this time. Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
What a bunch of trash.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your host, Adam Edwards. Joining me this week, Joseph Graham. Joey, how are you?
Hey, feeling rejected.
By who?
I sent in a application last night after I got home from the bar. So it wasn't like a very serious job application. I saw some dating app. What thing was offering a position? I won't say which one. But I was just like, well, that's funny. I'll just apply for this. LOL. And the guy like wrote me back. And I was like, oh, look, an email from them already. Cool. Maybe we have like a conversation with the guy. It's like, hey, Joey or Joseph, after reviewing your application, unfortunately, you did not get the job. And I was like, why did this guy waste time writing this email? I didn't have any conversation with her. Really, it was like just like a power-hungry move to reject me.
Wow.
But I wrote him back. I was like, well, let's waste each other's time a little bit here. And I was like, thanks for the really unnecessary email.
Did you get?
But I appreciate it. Was there anything in particular that you didn't like? And they said, no, you were fine. Just looking for something specific. And I was like, well, great. Good talk. Wow. It's like, oh, is that what hiring managers are doing nowadays? Just rejecting people, just like dating apps.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic.
Yeah,
You should
I
have
guess
been like,
they're in
yeah,
the
this-
mode. Makes sense. He's like, I need to let you know.
I guess he
I
swiped
swiped left on you.
Also joining us this week, JD Karpicki. JD, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Doing pretty good. See, I already failed.
Oh my god! man.
Right first
Too much
time.
pressure.
Good.
I'm doing pretty good. Well, no, I'm just a little tired, guys, but feel pretty good. I feel like my energy has swiped left.
Apocalypse Howl is out on assignment this week, but joining us, Justin Petty. JP, how are you?
Sabra. What's up?
Been listening to that riff-raff, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you fucking know it.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
It's like Squatch with Apocalypse, but you have a new character.
You should just
I don't
have
know
a
what this
puppet that's...
character is.
You should just
I
have
don't
a
have
puppet...
consistent voice for it.
You should have a puppet just of yourself.
It's
It's
matching
just
outfits.
little, and you do that little voice that you do.
wait, what voice is
Which
that?
impression is that? Is that Keanu Reeves?
No, I feel like you do a voice sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
It's like, you know.
Like you're
A
straining
Borat,
your
like
vocal
a
cords.
Borat.
It's like a
voice?
Cosby Borat, yeah.
Cosby Boy.
Cosby. It's
You know.
Louis Armstrong.
little something for daddy. Yeah, you get your squatchies.
Yeah, there you go. That's the voice.
That's yeah.
Little baby squatchies.
Well, hey, Justin, I hope you're doing well because I got something fun for you. Are you ready?
Damn it. No, man.
Well, here we
What
go.
is it?
What do you have for me this time?
What the fuck is this?
Oh,
What the
no.
fuck is this?
Oh no!
No,
Did you
what
watch
is
Snatch?
this?
Welcome
Oh.
to the Trash Movie King Side Trash. I am your host, Adam Edwards, and this week I watched 2000's Guy Ritchie, written and directed, starring
God damn it.
Statham and Brad Pitt.
No.
Snatch.
Classic.
So I watched that this morning, and we're going to be pretty quick about this one. Favorite,
Doubt it.
like pretty rough rundown. At the beginning, you do have a pretty cool sequence, like through the credit. I have my notes here, where like they're going through all the security cams as the Jewish rabbi people. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. That's an interesting thing. And Benizio's on screen, and they show his name and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then immediately after that, it's an obnoxious edit with title cards, and it just doesn't kind of let go. I wrote down everything has to be something because I just feel like that's kind of the style of this movie. Like everything just has to be fucking something. I feel like I would have liked this. I feel like I would have liked this a lot more if I was 16 when I watched it, but I wasn't, unfortunately. Like I came to this pretty late. It is 2023. I'm sure. The style doesn't really hold up for a first viewing. I feel like it's just not quite there. As for favorite parts, I had two. One was we've talked about this before offline, but like near the end in the fight with Brad Pitt, and he kind of gets dazed, and they do the underwater thing. I'm like, that's a really cool visual of being like dazed in a bare knuckle boxing thing.
Mm-hmm. All I remember about the movie.
And then he recreated it like shot for shot in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say my other favorite part, which was immediately disappointing, was when you find that Brad Pitt's like mom's trailer has been burned. And I was like, oh shit, okay, finally we're going to get rid of this dumb fucking everybody's so goddamn cool. And like we're going to get into some real shit. But
everyone is so goddamn cool.
No, they're not.
I thought you were doing his mom's impression first.
The entire British underground is goddamn cool.
No, they're all
yeah,
pathetic.
that's why they lost the Revolutionary War.
The big time.
No, the underground, not the actual Brits.
I'm sorry. How can Dennis
secret
Farina
Brits.
not be your favorite part? Dennis Farina fucking slays.
Don't go to London. Whatever his fucking Brooklyn accent was.
We're doing impressions.
Anything to declare, don't go to England. Like, all right, get the fuck over yourself, Guy Ritchie. Moving on to...
Man. You're fucking unnecessarily... oh my God.
It's a trash film. Wow.
It is not a trash film.
We've got Brits, bollocks, blokes, bruvs, butters. We have bare knuckle boxing. We have Benicio del Toro. We have Brad Pitt. We have Blade, Boris the. We have bookies. We have bets. We have blood. We have a briefcase. There is a briefcase in this movie. It's a central part of the plot for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do have boobs. We have a Brad Pitt bulge, and then we have a blaze.
Yeah, it's a honking bulge in
What
those
about
tidy
Boris
whities.
the Bullet Dodger?
Because he dodges fucking bullets.
Yeah, this is not good dialogue. Like you keep.
It is fun.
It was
dialogue.
fun at the
It's not
time. It was
good. It
That's
is
what I'm
real
saying.
fun.
If I would have watched this when I was 16, so in 2004, it would have been great. Yeah, it's 2023, and I'm 34, and it's insufferable. 3.5 bags.
You're pretty insufferable.
Wow.
3.5 bags is pretty good for insufferable.
It really bums me out that like you weren't just like having fun with it.
I was
It
having
feels
fun
like
with
you
it.
went into it with the intent to be
It
angry.
sounds like
you like
Some
wanted to be
definite
mad at this
angst
fucking
and-
movie.
It sounds like he had a good time.
I had a good time with it. I watched it this
as
morning.
the voice pitch gets higher.
I gave it 3.5. That's better than I'm going to give the movie tonight. I'll tell you that.
Your
Right?
You gave it
delivery
3.5
was
bags
very
of
hateful.
trash, which means you consider it trash.
Well, because we're the trash movie kings. And
Yeah,
we're
but we
doing
don't
side
rate
trash.
non-trash movies.
Hey, we might.
How am I supposed to edit this into this?
I don't know. You're going to figure it out, though.
God damn it.
What if he
Yeah,
hadn't
just
seen like The Matrix till now? I wonder if he'd be like, yeah, people float in the air and kicking. I don't see it.
More like the Hatrix.
I feel like The Matrix has something to say.
That's true. Yeah.
Snatch
The
doesn't have
Snatch has a
anything
lot to say. It has so much to say.
I was
It's
only saying
constantly
that
saying it.
it's a poster behind you. That's all.
Everyone's constantly saying it.
The Hatrix.
Snatch has nothing to say other than Guy Ritchie thinks he's way fucking cooler than he actually is.
It's
He inspired
funny.
a lot of movies. I mean, that was.
He really did.
the
Like,
thing.
there's like 20 movies that came
You know
out
who
after
else
Snatch
inspired a
that
lot of
were all-
people? You know who else inspired a lot
Oh,
of
God.
people? Adolf Hitler. So do you want to go into
I was
that?
going to say Kanye. I was close.
Who did
really
he
wanna-
inspire?
That was close.
Kanye.
He inspired an entire goddamn nation.
I love Snatch.
Guy Ritchie fucked Madonna for a while, I guess.
It was a British doctor.
It was a
It was
British.
a British doctor. A doctor.
You like dags? No, like again, I know that I would have liked this if I was 16. It's unfortunate that I am older now.
It's unfortunate that my brain has been developed and that I have taste.
You reckon the head gets fucked? Like proper fucked?
I don't know if it's so much that. Like, I feel like if I were this age now, back then, I would have liked it too. But like, movies have come out since Snatch that are more.
And that's what like I think both me and JD were saying is like, stylistically, it absolutely doesn't hold up, and it's quite annoying.
Yeah.
Yes,
but like,
but that's all that movie is style.
The comedy bits for me still work. Maybe it is nostalgia, but like I still find them funny because of the stupidity, and they're all fucking idiots.
Well, like the Frankie
it's
Four
Guy
Finger
Ritchie
bit when
jerking off his dialogue, but
It's just British Quentin Rip.
Yeah,
it was a British. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's necessarily Quentin. It's
That
much
movie doesn't
more
get
like
dialogue
snappy.
without
Quentin has
the-
a much like smoother pace. This is just like nonstop.
ADD Quentin Tarantino.
It is like maybe it's my ADD brain that works that clicks with it, but I
just think that it's a product of its time, and it doesn't work anymore.
How you made this joke last time. You kept telling me that it was like Boondock Saints. Do you consider it still like Boondock? Is it annoying to you in the way that Boondock Saints is annoying?
Yeah,
Damn.
Which is
It is
also
man.
a Quentin Rip.
it's a better made movie than Boondock Saints for sure. It has better performances, better dialogue, all that stuff. But it irks me in the same way that Boondock Saints does.
It's
think I'm good with
that
that.
late '90s style. I get that, like that late '90s gangster style.
Yes, it's Boondock Saints.
Cool fucking guys for being cool.
Yeah, it's fucking Smoking Aces. It's Lucky Number 11. It's Shoot 'em Up. Like, it's all.
Oh man, I do love Lucky Number 11.
Shoot 'em up
Sure
is
you
horrible.
do, but like,
Holy shit.
Shoot 'em up is really bad, I will say.
they're all
Yeah.
just the same fucking movie. It was like everybody got a wild hair up their ass that they were going to make movies for 5-6 years, and it's like, remember when everybody was into fucking big band all of a sudden, and the cherry poppin' daddies were big, and
Same time.
right, and then people were like, actually, wait, this sucks, but we still had to live.
It was just the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Guy Ritchie like
Squirrel Nut
made
Zippers are Quentin
what's his
Tarantino.
name's career. Jason Statham.
Well, yeah, this is also the Dexter Fletcher's in that, and he's a big director now, and like
So many
he's responsible
guys.
for Matthew Vaughn was the producer on all those. So like,
Can we stop?
What's his name? Bullet Tony. Who plays that?
Vinny
That guy's
Jones?
probably fucking dead,
Yeah, Vinny
right?
Jones came from that. So many guys.
it was fun.
And I can't
Let's
think
just,
of the guy.
let's
anything
just
else.
talk about this for a while. Who? Vinny
I mean,
Jones?
Vinny Jones actually
He was
came from
Juggernaut.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels first.
Which is
Oh,
Guy
that
Ritchie.
guy. Oh, that guy. I'm thinking of it. I thought that was the elder guy.
All I was saying was like Guy Ritchie has helped
Yeah.
a lot of like unknown British actors' careers.
Totally, yeah, and
I'm
that's
not
great.
mad that they made a bunch of money. I
Yeah.
just don't think it's that good of a movie. And I didn't when I saw it in theaters, even when I was the appropriate age to like that movie.
Okay.
Just saying.
The House Divided.
I've only seen it once in theater.
I
when it
knew
came
what was
out.
cool. And
I didn't
that
know it
wasn't
was cool. I just know I didn't love it. It's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like it's. I have no desire to see it again. If somebody else put it on, I would be like, sure, whatever, let's watch it. I don't care.
You would be real annoyed watching it with me because I'm just like quoting all the dialogue as it's happening.
Yeah,
It's the Patton Oswalt references.
Yeah,
Me and Justin.
Snatch is my Patton Oswalt reference.
I get that. I totally get that. That's a good way to put it. But let's move on to the actual show. So today, the day that this comes out, is Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, as many of you learned today.
That's what it means.
That's
I
what
don't
it
believe
means.
you.
For the listener
I don't
at home.
believe you.
Mardi Gras. Gras means fat. Marty means twos.
We're cutting all this.
Son. You're the one cutting it.
Adam.
I know. I'm cutting all of
it.
the Snatch stuff. It'll never see the light of day.
Just edit him saying like Snatch was great, and then
It stinks.
I loved it.
I've already got Adam's voice in AI. It's going to be easy.
So tonight we watched 1978's Mardi Gras Massacre, written and directed by Jack Weiss, I don't know. Starring Kurt Dawson, Gwen Arment, William Metzo, and Laura Mish Owens. if that means anything to anybody. This
Is her middle name Mish or is it Laura Mish, like in one word?
Laura
It's
Mish is
weird.
her first name.
three names. So whether that's
Oh gosh,
Laura Mish.
Ramish.
could be her first name. I knew a guy whose first name was John Wayne, 2 words. So
Yeah,
Ooh,
Oh, I know
gross.
that guy.
yeah, Joey knows that guy.
Gacy.
I've heard that guy sucks.
It's fine. Wait, John Wayne Gacy?
I heard he sucks too.
So Mardi Gras Massacre is kind of a, I don't know. It's not like a
Similar.
slasher movie, really. It's like a,
Torture, kind of.
Ritualistic murderer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically a.
It's like ritualistic sacrifice.
Massage table.
It's a horror movie where a guy kills people. It's slasher-ish.
yeah.
I don't know. Is it horror? Like, I guess it's slasher. The way it's all
cuts him up
presented
with
is
a
just
knife.
very like,
It's like a play.
Yeah,
almost
it's
like
very stagey.
like noir almost.
I don't know if it's noir or if it's just slow.
It's 78, so this is like they probably had not seen Halloween. So
Yeah.
the slasher genre hadn't really kicked off. So it's like
Yeah.
sort of you're still dealing with people doing kind of riffs on giallos, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
70s.
because his whole area had like the red lights and they didn't have the cool angles or the cool shots, but like it felt like a lazy attempt at like giallo styling.
Yeah, I mean, in some of those there's a lot of 70s movies about killers that are really good. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Like Dirty Harry, it's kind of similar, but this is like a stupid, like more genre-y version of something like that.
Like if they had shot like everything, all the set pieces, everything that they had in this movie, had they just shot it like a giallo, this would have been a super fucking cool movie.
I think they probably would have liked to, but it's pretty obvious when looking at the production that they don't really know how to use the camera in a interesting
Yeah.
way. It's a lot of big wide shots.
Yeah.
Just
It's like soap opera
we
staging.
got it covered. We need like some close-ups. Yeah, we need a close-up of that shot. That would be cool. Or like that line. That would be cool. But otherwise, yeah, we got it covered. It's fine. Let's move on. Trying to shoot it real quick. A lot of it seems like real locations, so they're probably also on like a little bit of a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those places are real. Like when the boat was pulling off, there's a bunch of people just staring at the actors off the side of the boat, and they're just walking around town. One time they turn the detectives turn a corner, and somebody else is in front of them, so one of the actors has to like wait and let them go through. It's just really like awkward blocking.
It's definitely everything about this is awkward. It's
Yeah.
great.
And then there's like sitcom. We had that sitcom riff when the like steamboat was pulling away. It looked like the beginning of like Family Ties or some shit. I don't know.
Step by step, day by day by day.
The first time I dropped acid, I was in New Orleans, and I went on a steamboat like that. It was fucked up.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it wasn't smart. It was the first drug I ever did. Didn't really understand what drugs did.
Oh, well,
I did after that.
yeah.
Got a way to learn, yeah.
I guess we could go over exactly everything that happens.
Yeah, let's do the plot. So Joey wrote his notes, and we'll start with Justin.
All right, stop me if you've heard this one before. 2 whores walk into a bar. Hey!
There are
A robot comes into the bar and asks for the most evil whore in the whore bar. Then he takes her to the Red Room of Pain for some Egyptian, again, ritual sacrifice with a maybe big, maybe regular-sized chalice.
Cops find the body by the tracks and then find themselves hot on the tracks of a murderer.
Thank you for the dramatic read of that. That's appropriate.
Mustache Cop has lunch with some in-the-know seasoned whore at a family Italian restaurant and gets distracted by some adjacent thruples argument. And then they fuck. Meanwhile, evil murderer finds another evil whore at a tit house, and the mystery of the chalice is revealed, and it's big. He carves her open like a cake.
Like a king cake.
Hey.
Hey.
Back to the whore fucker cop. Turns out they're in love and just have a nice day in NOLA. Back to the whore murder guy. He finds the most evil woman imaginable. Satan. But she and her pimp try to jump him and he kills the pimp. And he goes right back inside to get another one.
He's nice to this one, though, evidenced by buying her Chinese food first. She's too nice, and he tells her to go, but she doesn't. So he kills her, too. Cop guy slaps his white girlfriend, and she goes and dances it out. For a while here, it's just a lot of mesmerizingly boring scenes that have nothing to do with anything. Then Mardi Gras happens, and evil guy stalks around in his indoor mask in the outside. Then picks up 3 whores. Jump cut to these whores is passed out from all that Peruvian drink.
That Peruvian.
That Peruvian.
I think that's to be read as jump cut, and these whores is passed out from that Peruvian.
Cops find his lair and raid it, freeing the whores. And I guess the whore GF forgives the cop. Then big car chase and Dracula murderer guy drives into the wharf. Okay, it's a The Mask prequel.
It's the Mask prequel.
Yes. It's me, a Chris Pratt.
And that's it. That's how it goes.
That's the stuff that happens, I think.
Yeah, I think the most telling part of that, from my perspective, is when you say that a lot of mesmerizingly boring scenes that have nothing to do with anything. It's kind of
There's like some segments.
movie.
I mean, no,
What was
it's
the
like
runtime on this?
1 or 95 minutes.
No way.
Oh, so they really were filling it out.
It's
to get
very
there.
much back and forth between cop guy, devil guy, cop guy, devil guy, cop guy, devil guy, cop guy, devil guy. And then at one point, it really is just like stuff going on in New Orleans. It's like they're like going to the shops and like looking at stuff, and there's cops talking, and then there's like someone getting jumped, and it has no reason to be in the movie at all. I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, I'm kind of enjoying this, but I have no idea what's going on. It's one of those moments, a liminal space, I guess, in the middle of the movie where it's like, what just happened? A bunch of things just happened, but I don't know what any of it was. It was interesting, I thought.
And it goes on for a while.
And you really, if you look at what happened with the villain, it's kind of like goes to a bar, brings a whore back to his house, kills her. Goes to a bar, different bartender, brings a whore back to his house, kills her. Gets a third whore from the bar. Their words, not mine. Orders her. She asks for Chinese food. Orders her Chinese food. She ballet dances. Kills her. Kidnaps 3 whores on Mardi Gras, which is a no-no. And then he drives into the wharf. Like, really, nothing fucking happens.
No.
Nothing. Like,
Nothing.
there's no...
He kills a bunch of women.
Chinese food.
What are you talking about?
He's
Nothing
killing
happens.
them for the purpose of ritualistic sacrifice to like an Aztec goddess,
Which
as
is not...
described
Yeah.
by the fucking professor from Duke of ESP and Antiquities.
I forgot about that.
I forgot
scene.
about
oh
the
my
Duke.
God. I
put
wish
that
that
one
like
in.
it felt like the Duke should have interrupted a killing scene and gotten
Okay,
murdered
hang on.
himself. Like he seems like he should have been the do-gooder.
For clarification, he is not a Duke.
I know.
No.
He's the Duke.
For the audience, he is a professor at Duke.
Oh, right.
Is Duke is not close to
Duke is in North Carolina.
New Orleans, so did they drive there?
No, they
guess?
said that he lives in New Orleans.
Oh, he lives there though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That like very uncomfortable cop, that lady cop, is like, you're never gonna believe this. I found a professor at Duke of ESP and Antiquities, and I looked it up, and he lives in New Orleans. And my next line is to tell you that he's just down the street on Madison.
Got something. I called the professor at Duke University. You know, the weird one that deals in ESP and stuff? Well, he couldn't help me, but he gave us a name. The guy's right here in New Orleans. He deals with antiquity.
My next line is this.
His name's Dr. Lewis. He lives at 1020 Barrack Street.
I don't know what antiquities are, but that's what he deals in.
She reads her lines as fast as she can.
Yeah,
She's
like Deputy Trudy from Reno 911, just trying.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It says here in antiquates. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it's different.
Let's just say a lot of these people are not actors.
No, yeah, that's also
accurate.
true. A lot of these people are potentially actual whores. I don't know for sure. It's like, can I pay you to be in a movie, baby?
I feel like some of the dancers are actual strippers, and we're not supposed to be filming it
because they looked super uncomfortable.
Right. And they also, like, every other actor that was just like a character actor within this felt like they pulled them off the street.
Yeah. There feels like a lot of like if this movie had really taken off, there'd be a lot of lawsuits involved.
Elvis Presley especially.
I feel like he probably dropped him like, here's like $100 or something. Can you just like be in the movie and just dance?
Yeah.
Which is the premise of the movie. Give these whores $200 and
they'll do
whatever you want.
Even give themselves up from sacrifice.
You can have my Southern Star.
I'll give you my Southern Star or my South Mouth.
Yeah, exactly. $200.
I don't know why I've never thought about Southern Star being a butthole. Do they know about that?
They should make a beer called Chocolate Southern Starfish and the hot dog flavored butter.
Yeah. Anybody from Southern Star, email us at trashmoviekings@gmail.com. Let us know. Is that what it means?
You could, if you punched the mouth like an asterisk and you drank from a butthole, that would be so good. Y'all should try that.
It sounds like a Red Bull can where it gets stuck in my mustache.
It gets stuck in your mustache and your hair's
the worst.
Oh, God.
I don't know why they keep doing that. It's like
because that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, my mustache totally gets in the way a lot. All the time.
How long you been growing that?
A while. No, don't worry
20
about it.
years.
20 years.
Don't worry about it.
I haven't plucked a single one.
Since I was adopted.
Did you listen to last week's episode when we were talking about your gotcha day? I felt very bad about it later.
No, it was very funny.
Did you listen? Oh my God. Like I was fucking in tears in my car on the way to work. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it was great. It was great.
Don't apologize for comedy.
Yeah, that was an Adam joke. So
well, some people also they come up there. If I say like, "Oh, I'm adopted," they go, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Oh my gosh, it's like I don't have cancer. I'm just adopted. Like my parents are fine. Like so it's a weird.
Well, yeah, because they can treat cancer.
Shout out to JD's dad.
I mean, you can give adopted kids treats. That's the only way you can make them happy.
I got lots of treats. Yeah.
Oh my god!
They're very
and I have this compulsive DVD collecting thing going on. Is it decoration or trauma? I don't know.
A little bit of both. Maybe it's time to get rid of a few, though.
Yeah, maybe. These are just 2 shelves, though.
I'm seeing a therapist about my DVD collection.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little out of control.
That was that whole TLC show, Hoarders, right?
Okay. Gotten rid of the duplicates so far, which was hard, but
That's
yeah, a good place.
I just want to talk about confusingly sized chalices.
Mm-hmm. He never
really
fucking drank from it. I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad.
I
What's it
loved
there
the
for?
confusing thing that
He was
we were
loading
like,
it
is
up
that
with
big? Is
blood.
it small?
I don't think he ever put any blood in it. He always put the hearts or liver.
Well, he was
or
draining
whatever
their
they
hands
were.
into it.
Yeah,
'Cause their hands were dipped
How
in-
much? How much? Because he would stab their hand, not like
Not their wrists.
Right.
So I don't know how
Right.
much blood you would get out of that.
Yeah, out of this
know.
part right here, he just stabbed him right there,
Right.
and very slowly, like
Yeah, he
it's
preferred
a
to
real
cut
bad
them up
paper
in like a
cut.
cake, I guess.
yeah.
A king cake.
That was hilarious. I mean, you see,
I wish he had found the baby though.
wasn't a real king cake.
At first, I thought he was cutting out their uterus. So he was like the way the ritual worked is he would stab the hand that received the money for the evil, then the foot that walked them to the place or whatever, and then the final thing that made them the most evil. And he would cut their stomachs open and pull out an organ. And I guess it was supposed to be their heart, which everyone knows the heart is in the
organ.
stomach. Thank you.
Pulled out a horgan.
Horgan.
But at first, I thought it was the uterus because I thought he was like this very sexist, like you're evil because you're a woman and it's your uterus that makes you evil, and that's why I'm gutting you. But no, it's just
Oh,
like
no.
a cow heart.
They could only afford the torso. just that part.
His whole background story is very light.
But was it like, yeah, they never gave, did they give backstory to the demon or the goddess that he was sacrificing to?
All he said was, "You're one of their kind."
She was an Aztec goddess of evil.
Did Dr. Red Duke give any insight into it?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that told us that. And we don't know, we do know that he was trying to get the power of a god, maybe, but we don't know what that power was.
Yeah, it
Would have
wasn't
been
really
a much
clear.
better movie if he got it.
It would have been a much better movie if anything happened at the end. Like,
Yeah, I thought
What do
he
you
was
mean
an
he drove
alien
into the wharf?
right.
and escaped. Sequel time.
How long do you think this movie would be if they cut out all the meaningless dialogue? Like 24 minutes?
Yeah, maybe.
And the space between all the lines. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. And everyone having to walk out of scenes.
Yeah, put on their jackets, get their purses, tuck in the chairs, walk out of the scene, and then
There was some
But
interesting
first stare at each
clothing.
other awkwardly for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's really sure when the scene is over. They kind of just look at each other like, "Are you done with your lines?"
Yeah, they
Okay.
eventually spike the camera a couple times. Like, are we done?
Yeah, they did.
Someone just really needed to make a movie, and all they had was a bunch of prostitutes and
Bunch of
disinterested people.
Oh, one thing I'm surprised is not in the notes is, as Justin called him, the scatfish man.
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah, that
special.
guy was the weirdest, most interesting character of the movie, and we did not get enough of it.
Her bottoms is red.
What's happening?
Sissy Space
Tiny Tim?
Wish.
What the fuck?
What is your need?
I'm looking for something very special.
I'm different.
I'm the one for you. You're the one for me.
Yodel on my dick.
Something very evil.
Evil? You're a rude dude. Now, it'll take more
He's just
than
gonna end up
talk.
killing this guy.
I'll have to take a walk. Three takes care of me. Four's full of hole, but not the specialty. It takes more. Oh, that's not nice. You make this the price.
It's called a heat check. Yeah, comes in hot.
I got a prostitute for you, but
I really thought that he was like proposition, like he was the prostitute for a minute there.
Yeah.
Until he started putting the dollars on the bar, I thought that like he was trying to bang him, which would have made it for a way more interesting movie
Yeah.
again.
No, I loved him.
He just negotiated with rhymes.
Put rhymes with, things that are not real words.
No,
Because
Because it was like 1 is no fun, 2 is for you, 3 is for me, 4 is for the whore.
He's a true riffraff of his time.
That price isn't nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting because
Yeah.
he feels like he's out of the 50s or 60s, and then he's like in 78, dressed like sort of like a post-hippie. Like,
Yeah, it's weird. He somehow ended up in New Orleans.
yeah. Becoming a weird, pimp. Scat
He
pimp.
was a pimp. A scat pimp. That's a different thing.
I'm a different kind of scat pimp.
I'm a different kind of
thing.
scat pimp.
He just kept singing to me. It wasn't what I paid for.
It was pretty annoying. He was almost doing like an Eddie Murphy's like Stevie Wonder impression in the hallway. Like just pretending he couldn't see anything. It was kind of weird.
It felt very out of place. It was like super slapsticky in this movie that just didn't know what it was.
Anything else that anybody wants to talk about before we move on to favorite parts?
Oh, we haven't been talking about favorite parts?
I mean, the bartender keep changing was fun. We had a Too Many Cooks bartender. We had that Belding / Uncle or Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka at the beginning, who only whispered. He was like really serious.
There were a lot of people calling people bitches in fun ways.
Oh,
At least
yeah.
3 or
What
4
was
of
it
them.
that
There
that
was-
chick said that we backed up to hear again?
What do you want, bitch? Got a mock for you at the bar. He looks rich. Says he's looking for some strange kicks.
What, like that last deadbeat you sent me?
Oh no, this one looks real live.
You sent me.
Don't forget my 10%.
Bitch.
Up your ass.
Up your ass.
Bye, bitch.
Can we get clean audio of that?
What
Not
was
me
the up
talking
your
over
ass
Quest?
line?
It was right before that because they like argued. So the guy propositioned the first chick, and she was like, "I don't think I'm what you want, but I know somebody who is." And then she goes to the back to grab the one that calls her a bitch, and she goes, "Don't forget about my 10% cut." They're just like sniping at each other in the
What a riff.
way. Yeah.
At one point, Sherry says something like, and that's the one that falls in love, the prostitute who falls in love with the mustache guy. And she says something like, "So we got a new thing, sacrificing prostitutes." And then she says like, "Listen here, Flatfoot." But I don't know, is she in on it? Like she's like, "Oh, is this what we're doing now?" And then she's, I don't know. Then she gets tied up. So I love how everybody keeps looking down at their scripts. That's really fun. It's another one of those like,
Yeah.
all the side characters and like who's the boss, the chief or whatever, the guy that they meet
Doctor?
later.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
but I don't know
they're
who
like
it is.
chief or whatever. That
Yeah. He's like the older, when it's the three of them at the table, he's the older guy on the left.
yeah, and then suddenly he was just like, "I'm not your boss anymore," and there's no explanation why.
Right. No.
Like, remember that thing that happened that we didn't explain to anybody? I'm not going to explain it now, but you know, we're buddies now. What did he say? He was like, "I'm just here for a good time" or something like that.
Yeah. I never knew what was going on with like fucking Snorson Wells. Like he,
Yeah. He wouldn't talk for an entire scene, and then
he wouldn't talk. He was just like falling asleep all the time. Just kinda,
worse and
he was just like hanging out with his really shit, like his cool clothes. Actually, he had really cool clothing.
A lot of cool clothes.
he was like just half asleep the whole time.
Yeah, in his unibrow.
He was occasionally doing the eyebrow.
Well, he only had one, so
Yeah,
doing the eyebrow.
I can't do an eyebrow thing, but he was raising it. This makes me look crazy.
I liked the when they're at that broiler bar place and the guy fights his girlfriend and it's like the most obvious stage slap you've ever seen.
He slaps her like this, like just right.
Oh, at the Pizza Hut?
Yeah, at the Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it's all like in this giant wide shot. And there's like a electrical cord coming out of the wall behind them and like a payphone.
The payphone.
Yeah.
The menus are just like paper. And
Oh, and those
Like,
extras
almost
are like
crayon.
frozen.
Yeah, you're just describing a normal restaurant.
yeah, I know, but like it's supposed to be this like date with his hooker girlfriend or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's just like
He's
it's
ordering
fucking-
wine. It's like
Yeah.
color on the fucking
Oh yeah, with this real chatty waitress who is not going to get the wine anytime soon.
Didn't they just leave a restaurant?
years
A blue nun for the
They
lady.
left a bar.
But she'll
Yeah,
look
did they
like
walk into the same restaurant?
It
Someone
seemed
look
like
up
it.
Blue Nun. That wine.
Let's find Glasses.
It is wine.
Sarge!
She said, "Hello, you nice
Jenny
people.
there.
What'll it be? Breakfast,
Don't you
lunch, or
remember
dinner?"
me? You're with Bobby's, aren't you?
Nice payphone.
Sure, Janice, I remember you. How you
Like the
doing?
mise-en-scene of the electric.
Popular girl in town. What you doing waiting at the tables? I thought you'd be rich enough to buy a place like this by now.
No, I just work.
Is that
here. You know
crystals
how it
on the
goes.
table?
I'm getting too old.
Hell yeah.
Free
Is it
stuff.
authentic?
I know.
Why
Why
are
are
it
they
looks
having
like
this
it's a-
whole ass conversation?
Yeah,
with this
you girls sure got
Yeah,
stuff.
she said, "Do you remember me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I
Well,
thought you'd be
guess
richer
I'll
by
go
now."
get the wine. Don't do it again, bitch.
I liked later on when the cop who's now in love with the whore, they're arguing, and she calls him like, "You're just a goddamn cop and you don't know anything," and all this kind of stuff. And then it's just a tight shot of his face and he just goes,
This ain't no $100 a night hooker. No goddamn whore.
It was a very intense argument out of the blue. I think the jump cuts.
"Oh yeah."
There's two
Great.
that come to mind. There's when you're they're in a strip joint watching, I think, the Devil Girl strip.
Yeah.
And then she gets off stage, and then it's been a wide shot the whole time, no coverage, and then just jump cuts, and there's like a black chick on stage dancing around. You're like, beautiful. And then later on, the Peruvian drink, and the girls are drinking it. The three whores of the robot Dracula guy, and then they're suddenly passed out. It's like perfect. Could have used a clock wipe or interesting wipe, but they weren't doing this on video yet. 78, a little early maybe for that kind of technology. They probably would have if it had been available. I imagine this was cut on a Steinbeck or something. Moviola.
Yeah. And there was another one where he's when he kills that person in the alleyway, the robot guy.
Oh, he kills the pimp guy.
The bodyguard.
Yeah, they're trying to ambush him and mess with him or something, and he kills him. And then they just jump cut to him inside, like staring at another prostitute, or staring at a dancer.
That was a joke in the plot. It was just like, well, then he just goes back inside.
yeah.
Granted, there are several strip clubs in Bourbon Street and around New Orleans, I'm sure. So it could have been another place, but there's no indication that he went anywhere else. So you have to assume that he just went back inside, and it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
He just looks like a lost child, staring at the first pair of legs he's ever seen or something. He's a weird dude, and I was hoping he was an alien or something because he acts like a robot.
That would have been interesting if he had been an alien, but that's all inferred.
He's an Aztec.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that we've gotten past the descriptions and favorite parts and all that kind of stuff, we can move on to the bees. I don't have a ton for this one. Right out the gate, we get 3 big ones. We get boobs, butts, and bush, just right there. We do have babes. We've got some blood. We have a blood sacrifice. We do have boys in blue. We have beignets.
Do they actually eat beignets?
Yeah, well, there's during that montage thing, they go to Café du Monde.
It's super cute. She feeds them.
Oh,
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a blade, like a sacrificial blade, but also like a switchblade. There's hella bell bottoms. A yellow bulldozer at the end, and then at the very, very end, we got a boat.
Yeah,
the boat came. The river boat came in.
Yeah, we got the topless
You're right.
denim guy in the boat.
We had a good bar, a whore bar.
Yeah, we had a bar, but we didn't have a barroom brawl, which I really wanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a fight at the Pizza Hut. So.
Yeah, but it's a barroom brawl.
But
she
we had
held a bottle, and it looked like she was going to break that bottle over somebody's head, and then never did.
We had a lot of bad strippers.
Yeah, we did have a Buttafuoco.
You can't just say bad in front of things.
No, you can't.
Jesus,
I
can't. Bad.
Honorary B. Can we say a bowl cut minion? We had one of those. That was an interesting
bowl cut minion.
The guy literally dressed almost like a minion.
All those people at the discotheque.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
A lot of cameos.
Oh, we had just bad dancing.
I feel like
Stop.
Discotheque could be an honorary B. We get a decent number of those.
Yeah.
Were there any blue lights?
Not that I
We had any
remember.
blue lights.
A lot of red.
There should have been.
We had a red room of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had big naturals.
That whole riff about the girls
for
boobs
us,
that look
I
like they
believe.
hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, broads. You probably mentioned that, but
broads.
The elder lady with the red hair at the strip club.
Yeah.
Very much a broad.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and rate this thing and get out of here. Starting with Justin.
I don't know. I'm giving it a low score, but I didn't hate watching it. I had fun watching it, but I didn't like it at all. I don't know how to explain that. Even if I was watching it by myself, I would have had fun watching it. I would have continued hate watching it. It's kind of a weird spot for me. I guess I'm gonna give it a 2. Nah, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I'm gonna give it a 1.5. I didn't like it, but I wouldn't have changed the channel.
Yeah, I feel you. Joey.
Okay, I'm going to add another B for blasphemy, because I think this movie is fantastic. I think this is a 5, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
And I'm sleepy, and I can't seem enthused right now because I'm exhausted. But I think I'm going to give this 1 Breen, because it is absolutely crap. And it's so beautiful, and I feel like it's made by drunk people. And that just
New Orleans, baby.
enamors me the whole time. I'm like, these people just are so disinterested in what's going on. Like, they barely want to make this movie, but somehow someone took the fucking whole movie but on their back. It was like, I'm gonna finish this thing with all these drunk people, disinterested actors, strippers, whores, whatever it took, and they got it done. And I was very impressed. Things just really cracked me up. Like, we mentioned all this stuff,
Put the
but I
camera
was
in the
like,
corner of the room.
I was like really loving Beatnik Guy, the dumb jump cuts, Papa Joe's strip joint, the fucking discotheque dancing out, getting beat by your boyfriend. The ESP professor, what the fuck? All the bitch drops, the Pizza Hut, the confusingly sized chalice, and Robot Dracula. Fuck you. 5 and a brain.
Right. Oh, Jesus
That was
Christ.
beautiful.
Like, it just,
Bravo.
there were so many spots
for
where
Bravo.
it was like, if you had followed through with
And it's mesmerizingly boring at times, which I was just like, wow. They shot this. Why?
there were just so many missed opportunities that could have made it wonderful trash. I don't know. Sorry.
Sorry there was no clicky clacky Tivas.
Me too.
There were just
pitter-patter
bell
of
bottoms
Tivas.
and the like lit up dance floors shot from like weird angles at the top. Like every bar, a lot of bars in New Orleans have like a second floor. So it's like, let's just put the camera up there, hold it up there. I felt like that was a shot in like a lot of scenes.
Well, and his apartment was normal, and then all of a sudden it's a black box theater with like stage lighting.
Yeah, and then
you're okay,
where
in
did
the
he
same
go?
place.
it's
Was he, did he have a
variably
basement?
the same
That's my
shot
bedroom.
of the guy killing the same girl as a king cake like 3 times.
Yeah,
And then at the end,
They really
you get
just carved
the slightly turned angle to see the girls on the wall chained to it. It's like, oh, it looks interesting now.
and dead. Yeah,
And then, it's just, I don't know, the New Orleans flavor of this, I guess, I really loved.
Okay. JD.
oh god damn it. I'm gonna split this. I think I agree with both of y'all so far. I'm gonna give it 2 bags, the tightest packed silicone bags.
You don't want any of that stink getting out.
No movement.
Stink getting out.
None of that
stiff
wharf water.
bags, and
That
one breed.
vomity bourbon street smell.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
One of those really red hot dogs
Sweet Baby Race?
sticking out of the top.
Speaking of people who don't seem human, this guy, the Breen element of this is the villain, is the demonic sacrificial whatever. Because we forget when we first started watching this movie, he just walks up to somebody and asks him who's the most evil woman in here.
I have green paper to give you.
Of all the ladies in this bar tonight, which one do you think is the most
Choose you.
evil?
And he goes up to her and he goes,
does that
I
every time.
understand. And he moves very robotic. Like he's like, I understand you're the most evil woman here. And she goes, I would win the evil award first prize if they had an evil award. And then they just go off and we're like, is this a fucking movie? What is this? So that's the Breen element to this, is that guy is the same throughout the whole thing. It's amazing. But
Yeah, I don't know if one of the filmmakers is in this movie, but it certainly
seems like it.
Ooh, that's a
It,
good
like
question.
that, it really does feel like he just walked into a new bar every scene and put a camera in someone's face and handed them a cocktail napkin with lines on it. It was like, read this right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right this second,
Really
go.
director.
Read this real quick. Here's $100.
Well, and that one guy can't really do it right. He's like, well, the cops are going to deliver us peace and justice from this case that are very, like, he glances at the same part every sentence.
Yeah, start at the beginning.
Well,
we got time.
The sacrifice is to establish a link between
the world of reality. Our world, the world we don't understand. The Aztecs called their god of the four directions Coatlicue.
The Merriam-Webster dictionary
He would
defines
bless
it.
them for the
Human sacrifice as.
cactus fruit, which of course would be
Oh, I've got my encyclopedias over here.
Yeah, he's not the only one who seems like they're reading, but he's the most obvious, the professor guy. The ESP professor from Duke University.
Right.
They didn't pick.
Nice
Is it?
pauses.
It's not. What is it? Not Loyola. What is down there? It's Tulane. Didn't pick Tulane. They were like, "Fuck it, let's make fun of Duke or something."
Yeah.
Fuck those Carolinians. Why not?
Yeah. There's a lot that I like about this movie. We have a lot that has already been mentioned. Also, pretty early on, we see the coroner who's like a doctor in a fucking leisure suit. That is just amazing.
I believe the perpetrator of this murder has high experience with a knife, medical experience, or maybe even in a butcher shop or something like that.
But ultimately, it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't quite. It's tough to watch. It's boring. Like, I wanted more from the sacrifices. I wanted more from the. It's like.
But it keeps giving more. Like the
But it doesn't. It keeps
the bodies get
cooking
cut
you.
open, and then suddenly now you're seeing a stagehand, and then the second one you're seeing the end of the body.
You see the top, and then the
the other
bottom,
one they're like, look how small we made this girl's tits because she's the one girl who has small tits. Just little subtle.
I hear you, and like
pieces of
I
crap.
There's like the rational part of my brain that sees all of this and is like, you're exactly right, and this is trash. But for whatever reason, from that part of my brain to the rest of my brain, it doesn't translate, and I'm just like, it doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Like there wasn't that accidental charm.
But it is weird because I totally see what you're saying, Joey.
I was very. I noticed that you guys
somebody-
weren't feeling it as much as me, and I was like, I'm not gonna like try to change the mode or anything, but it was like, I don't know. This one excited me more than I had been in a while for stuff that we watched. So,
and that's good. And like I definitely see what you're saying, where you can feel that kind of somebody just
the stuff
dragging
off
the
screen
corpse of this movie,
yeah,
up a fucking hill, and he's like, "We're going to make this happen." Like I can feel that,
and then a guy they just drive a car off into the water.
And that's great. And as I was watching it, I was like, this has all the elements of an act of God, but it doesn't.
I was waiting for that.
It doesn't hit. I don't know what it is. I can't quantify it, but for some reason, it doesn't hit for me.
It didn't have the blood lake charm, is what you're saying.
It didn't. It didn't have
the southern charm.
Yeah, I don't.
You're gonna be a butthole this weekend,
right? It's like maybe because they're all adults in this movie, and so you kind of feel like I just felt like bad for the people that were making this. Versus like Blood Lake, like, these are just a bunch of fucking kids having a good old fucking time out in Missouri,
playing quarters,
or in Oklahoma, like just playing quarters all night, and we're just gonna let the goddamn camera roll. Like that's awesome.
At best, there's a few community actors, perhaps.
Yeah, but you've got
mostly
like
just guys with like, you got that cool jacket, man, right? Can you bring
right? Yeah,
that leather one, you got it. Yeah,
this is like
and that matching purse.
It felt like watching the worst midlife crisis I've ever seen. Writ large, where it's like everybody in this movie is going through their own midlife crisis, and they're just.
All this, everything you're saying just makes me like it more.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I should like this. I should like this. But for whatever reason, and maybe it's an off day. I know Justin wants me to say that because that's why I didn't like Snatch in his mind.
No. That was premeditated.
An off day, I don't know, but like it didn't hit for me. So I'm gonna give it a two bags. Not quite as low as Justin, but I'm not going to give it the breen that JD gave. So,
my goodness.
2 bags from me.
Well, I think you guys are missing it there.
Yeah, thank God we're leveling that score out.
We'll see.
Figuring it out.
Who knows? Maybe there will be, because there is a lot of this that reminds me of The Astrologer too, where it's that like meandering, what the fuck are we doing? and we have these weird like date scenes at these restaurants that don't work for dates and all this stuff. So maybe there will be a letter coming. I doubt it, but I don't know. It just didn't hit for me.
Well, I remember I really hated Blood Lake, and I think I've come around. I want to give it a 5. I love it.
It's
Like
too
the
late.
more I think about it, I know I can't change what I've.
What was the other
history
one
of.
that you hated and you tried to come back the next week about?
Oh fuck! I don't
Like me and
remember.
Adam were fucking loving it, and then you were just like 0 bags. I gotta poop.
That sounds like me. But this one's like boring, like Blood Lake. But Blood Lake has a charm, like y'all said. Like this one, like nothing happens and it infuriates me. Like Blood Lake, when I look back, I'm like, you know what? There's some fun weirdness. The quarters thing was interesting. The way they said goodbye too many times, like all that was cool. But this is just like, hey, I killed 2 people. Now a 3rd one, but with Chinese food. Same way. All right, see you at Mardi Gras. You know, it's like it's just I hate it.
God, that makes it so perfect. Perfect 5-bag film.
Don't forget, did we forget a ballerina? We had a ballerina.
We did
have a ballerina.
Dancer.
We almost did not kill him, but then she was like,
just does anyway. could have added a layer of character.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nope.
Nah. Just keep going with your robot. So
That's what I think it is. I think Good Trash goes further with that instead of backing away. Like it felt weird.
Oh, it's just perfect New Orleans kind of style, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't try too hard, guys. Just whatever.
Just save a lot, whatever.
I mean, you nailed it. Everybody's drunk for this movie. Like,
Just like, yeah.
probably why there are no children in it. Like,
you get a few. Well, they're all in bars. Yeah, I mean.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I
that
guess
one cop
I
at
mentioned
the
a
end.
couple of times that like I thought they had head injuries. Like there was like
Yeah.
actual like mentally
Oh,
challenged
God.
people in here, but it turns out they were just drunk New Orleans people.
That cop that's radioing in the fucking
1028, car 3, 31 to headquarters. Seal off to French Quarter.
Headquarters.
From canal to basin.
It's our police
to
force is like
Esplanade
manned
to
by
the river.
mentally challenged people.
like we're gonna
1028.
barricade and like
The camera guy barely like frames up to him. He's like, "Oh Jesus!"
you have robot Dracula serial killer on the loose.
The poster also makes it great. I looked at the poster earlier. The poster has a killer on it, frocked in like a purple like hood and like a black mask with like little glowing eyes. You know, he's got a knife, and I'm like, that's not in this at all.
Yeah,
nothing
not at all.
about that.
Yeah.
It was selling a completely different movie.
No, he's wearing like a Doctor Doom mask in the movie. Like I don't know what the fuck he's
Yeah,
doing.
they could have included that. That would have been fine on the poster. No, just a guy that looks like Skeletor or something, but without the skeleton part. Just the
Was he
purple.
supposed to be native, like vaguely Native American or like Aztec mask? Like I don't.
Aztecan?
Well, you know, it's weird. That's how Fatal Exposure started, because it was like this whole different movie at first, and then he just took him back to that room every time. But I don't know. I feel like that was more entertaining, also.
Well, that one had like a huge effects budget. They do all those crazy melty things, which is great.
Yeah.
But they spent it on torsos instead. This one.
Yeah, this is a
More like borsos. Snorsos. I don't want any more so's.
okay.
So that is 2.625 bags plus 2 breens.
Wait, who gave the other? JD, did you give a breen?
Yeah.
I gave a breen for the actor, for the counteracting guy.
For 1978's Mardi Gras Massacre.
Hey.
Nominations, best movie of the year.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa. It's the roar of 2023.
God, it's so bad.
You know, This one, it also disappoints me because this movie is like Mardi Gras Jaws.
Yeah, the Chief.
Like jazz Jaws, but they don't, which is the perfect opportunity to say the name of the fucking movie. You have the title shout right there. You can say like, we got to keep this Mardi Gras massacre out of the presses, but they don't do it. They never say the name of the movie.
Oh no, they're keeping,
which just doubles down on why this movie fucking sucks. They had every opportunity to keep making it cooler, and they didn't.
Makes it better.
No, but how does not having them say
because they're
line?
not making a fucking joke of a movie. These people are serious and drunk, and they're trying to do their best.
They're trying their best
and failing, and it's great. Whatever, bring in that beatnik guy. That guy's funny.
That guy deserves a nomination. Scatfish deserves a nomination for best breakout character. I can't think of any other nominee.
I don't even know.
Oh, when I watched her on screen, I was like, she's like the secret protagonist or the unexpected protagonist.
Oh,
it was the cop reading the female cop that comes out and reads the.
Yeah.
We already talked about her. I can't remember what scene it was, but yeah.
Yeah, we had the whispery, the windy yoga that he had on.
Let me put on my windy record.
Yeah. Let me go prepare for you.
Hey, this music blows.
Thank
you. Yeah, so anyway, 2.625 bags of trash plus 2 greens for Mardi Gras Massacre. If you aren't already, follow us on social media, Trash Movie Kings. Shoot us an email, trashmoviekings@gmail.com. Like us on YouTube, Spotify, rate us 5 stars, all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching and listening. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, JD, for giving up your Thursday night, Friday morning. Happy Mardi Gras to all of y'all who celebrate.
Hey, Adam, how are you?
Great.
How's your week been?
Yeah.
It's been pretty good. You know,
you watched Snatch, so it's been.
I watched Snatch. I watched Signs for the first time in a couple years.
Oh,
it's real good. It's a real good movie.
Is it better than Snatch?
Yeah, oh yeah, way better than Snatch. That movie, we're not going to do that right now. Yeah, had a good week.
He almost said he liked it on camera. We'll get him there. We'll get him there, y'all.
Oh, I was going to talk about Signs, not Snatch.
Oh.
I was excited to talk about Signs, not the guy.
We'll still get him there.
We'll see. Go over watching or listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.